Paille Racing and Stickers and Scuffs have joined forces once again in 2024 for the one and only podcast experience you won't want to miss. Let's talk about this NASCAR Canada Series team helmed by the one and only Jean-Claude Paille. Now, this guy is not your average team owner. He's an enthusiastic, caring, and oh so professional GM dealer with an insatiable hunger for racing. We're talking true passion people. Jean-Claude has been a loyal supporter of Stickers and Scuffs for countless years, and we can't help but love the man and his entire Paille Racing squad for their unwavering dedication to the world of motorsports. They've got our back, and we want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to the whole Paille Racing team for their incredible support. Keep doing what you do, Paille Racing, because you rock.
This episode of the Stickers and Scuffs podcast has been brought to you by Remax Jack. Jack provides a friendly, customer-driven service in search for homes and provides excellent details on the market, values, and trends in buying and selling. Jack has been able to work with Cam on his search and always makes himself available when he has a question. Remax Jack will help you if you're looking to buy or sell a home within the GTA. He's who Cam K trusts to find his next home, and he should be yours too. Remember, call Remax Jack and start to pack. For more information, go to remaxjack.ca.
What's going on, everybody? We're welcoming a buddy of mine that we race together when I show up at Full Throttle Motor Speedway. He's there. His car's there every week, racing it out in the fun stock division. Jeff Rumble's with us. It's Rumble time, buddy. How's it going?
It's going, man. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great, bud.
That's good.
So let's get right into it here. What's the Jeff Rumble story? How did you get hooked on the racing bug, man?
Well, it would have started back when I was like really young. My dad used to take me up to South Buxton and the other track outside of Blenheim there, and he would let me watch my uncle race in dirt street stocks up then.
Yeah.
And then he would always take me to Sauble, and that's what got me hooked. And he would work on small engines, and I just love working on that kind of stuff. And I got into the cars, and I just wanted to do it. And I finally got to the point where I said, that's it, I'm ready. And I pulled the trigger.
I know your home track's Varney, Full Throttle Motor Speedway, but you just touched on it, so let's talk about it right away. You got to run at Sauble this year, so you went there as a fan, you came back as a driver. How was that experience?
Totally different. Way different.
Yeah.
Way different looking up on the stands to being on that track.
Yep.
I love that track. That track is you can't explain it. You got to go and try it.
Yeah, you do. That's for sure.
You got to do it.
But you got to do that to Varney too.
Oh yeah, Varney is a
Soup
experience. Bowl. It is a soup bowl. That track, I love it. I just love getting the speed that I get coming out of the corners and that. People look at my car like it's a little car, but it's got some pep in its step now. So.
Yeah.
Back to Sauble. I did really good there for my first time. I went out for my first feature, came in 8th. Went out for my second feature, I had a feeling I knew something was wrong with my car. Came in 9th, came back in, found out that my lower ball joint on the left side was broke. Still went out for the feature, and I finished 11th. So, and I started near the back of the pack. So
nice. Yeah, and there was a solid field of cars there too that was the Dash for Cash race, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing it again next year too. So
sweet.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I'm curious, Jeff, how you picked the car.
Well, Trevor and Liz actually approached me because I said I was looking for a car, and they said, well, I have
Critchley,
one.
Right?
Yeah. Trevor and Liz Critchley. They approached me saying that they had a car for sale because I mentioned that I had one, that I wanted one, and they told me they wanted $1,000 for it, so I jumped on it. And I was like, "Yep, I'll take it." 3 days later, I went and got the car.
Okay, so this is really exciting because what you just said is something that I don't hear enough. We're seeing people sell pure stocks for upwards of $10,000, and you said that you spent $1,000 on that car.
Yep. That's what I spent.
And
I
it's
had just,
and how did it run like right from the start? Were you good to go
um,
right away, or did it need some work?
no, it was good to go. It was just slow. Like
Mhm.
the car was slow because it was an automatic. As soon as I put that 5-speed in it, big difference. And now I've played with some of the suspension on the car, and it's hooking up really well now. So I can't wait for next year.
And that's something I can attest to being on the track with you. I have seen like for the I come and go, right? So when I raced with you once before, and then I come back again, and the old 42's visibly quicker again, and you've been making some good gains on it this year, and that's got to feel pretty good as like coming from where it started from.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And like I have a great team that's behind me, the NA racing team. They've pushed me to learn my car myself,
Mm-hmm.
and that's helped out a lot. But they've also helped me a lot with verbal their verbal thoughts on what I should do with it, and their physical approach with the car as well. Like I just really appreciate all their help.
And that's something for me as a newbie, being around like the Black Magic crew, of course, and they lines sort of blur. I mean, with the Black Magic in it, like with Nathan and stuff. So I mean, I get to sort of be around you guys a bit too, and that really helps me pick up vocab and just kind of learning on the fly. So Nathan has like just recently married the lovely Sabrina, and but I mean, you were there for that. He's a great guy, and in terms of a teammate, talk about that guy a little bit.
Uh, that man, he's unbelievable. He is magic. Like that guy, if you can't figure it out, he'll come over and he will look at it and then he'll just jump in. He don't care at that
Yeah,
point. That's the
yeah,
type of guy he is. He is a hands-on guy.
yeah,
And if he can't figure it out, he will go to somebody that or get somebody to go to somebody that does know and then approach it or get
yeah.
their help as well, right? Like he's the one that helped me get my car going as fast as it has, and I really appreciate it. Um, like I've had a lot of other people help me with it too, but he is the main guy, and I just really appreciate him. I applaud him for everything that he's been through this year, with the street stock and then getting married. And, I hope the best for him in his new adventure. I can't wait to see what comes for him next. So,
Yeah, no doubt. And it's not just the like bone or like fun stock. It's yeah, like you say, that guy there's from your street car to your super stock, your hot rod, like insert race car here, that guy can diagnose, troubleshoot, fix, repair, whatever. And that's just somebody I know from my standpoint, but for you too, that it's you're there week in and week out. That's got to really help your game, elevate your game.
oh yeah, it does. Like I still ask him like, what can I do even better yet?
Hmm.
I'm always looking for advice from anybody to find that extra little quarter second. That's all it takes is a quarter second to go a little bit faster yet, and you can
Absolutely.
beat somebody.
Yep.
So I'm very grateful that I got to meet him, and I'm a part of his team. So, um, you know, I just I can't express my thanks enough to that man.
I
For
know that I knew that he means a lot to you. We had to bring that up and shout out our boy Nathan for sure.
oh yeah, for sure, he
And
deserves all that.
it's one of those people that I think both Graydon and I felt as soon as you meet him, you're like, I like that guy, you know? And there's not enough people like that
Hmm.
in the world, especially in racing too. I think we know there's a lot of great people, but there's also a lot of not so great people, right? So to have somebody in your corner right away helping you out. But is Jeff Rumble going to be ready for maybe a street stock in the future, or are we going to stick with Are we going to stick with what we've got? Because I don't know. I just see the natural progression here.
Well, I'm thinking about, I have a couple other cars that I've bought, and I'm thinking about building a mini stock first, going into the minis, trying that for a year, and then see how I do in that. And then I'll probably jump up into the bigger ones yet. I want to get in behind a rear wheel drive car this year. So I've asked Nathan if I could take out the lead train car just to play in it. And he said, go for it.
Yep.
Take it out. So I'm going to take his offer.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, it's a different experience, right? We talked about it. Graydon, you got to experience this track, and we've talked about this with Tim. We've talked about it with Nathan. We've had plenty of guests on here from Varney, but we as you mentioned a little bit, there is no other track that compares to this place. So how did you get a hold of it? Did it take a while, or were you comfortable from day one?
My first night that I raced, I was very nervous. And then after that, it just started coming naturally. Like I was a little cautious for the first 3 races. And then after that, I kind of started getting into it a little bit more. And then the next year I really got into it, and I ended up coming 5th in points, and also bringing home the most sportsmanlike of a year for my first year of racing. So, you know, I'm really excited. I want to keep on going in it. Now I am not running for points next year. I am just running for fun because I want to spend a little bit more time with my family. Racing does take up a lot of time. It's just not being at the track. It's also always being on that car, working on it. But my 2 little girls here, they love getting their hands dirty. So that's just what keeps me going, keeps me motivated right now. So I just want to keep doing it.
I don't know, Graydon. I want to see some little rumbles in junior late models. I think that's a good deal right there. Future ladies of the oval right there.
Yeah, that's a good chance of that happening if that's in the blood for sure. That's something you touched on. I mean, obviously it does take a lot of your time, and you're definitely dedicated to it too, Jeff. And something I can relate to is trying to achieve that balance between family and racing, because it can be a very addictive thing that it'll consume you if you let it. And not that it's a bad thing, but it can be if you want to stay married too. So but it's cool. Like, I've seen you you had all your girls with you at the track, and they come with you often, and always have the cooler of water and all the stuff there on hand and everything. So I mean, the family atmosphere, and I'm speaking directly in context of Varney. I mean, it's like, I'm putting myself there too, where we're all pitted together and everything. Everybody just can, like, go between pit to pit to pit, and it is kind of like a big kind of family barbecue, more or less, eh?
Oh yeah, it is. It's a
You
family
got your
environment.
crazy uncles, and you're like, all
That is
yeah.
very true. That is very true.
But yeah, it is. It's a very family, a family feel back there in the pit area.
It is totally different being in the pits, being up compared up into the grandstands, right? Like, yeah, you have family time up there, but your family comes more together when you're got to do something.
Yeah.
You know that one person really loves doing it. So then that kind of sucks them into it too. And then they love doing it. So, like the wife I'm trying to get her to get into a car. I want her to try it because she thinks she can beat me. So I want to see this.
Yeah, we need this. Like a better half dash or something, or
yeah, we should do that one night at Varney.
Oh my God, let's do her up. That'd be sweet. But yeah,
I want to see Jess Bunn wheel the car. Let's do it. Do it up. I love getting to know the history. We talked about the driver history, but where does the 42 come from for picking the number?
Well, originally I wanted it to be my birthday number, number 28, but my wife wanted it to be her number. And I was like, no, no, that's not how this works. It's my car. So I just kind of improvised and I put it my birthday and her birthday together and it equaled 42, in which I turned 42 that year. So it just fitted the car right then and there. I knew it. That was it. That was it. That's just the history of that right there. It's just
I love it. No, nothing too sentimental, nothing too crazy. And you know what? I love just a basic simple number font on the front of the car, on the side of the car. It looks, I mean,
You can see
I
it
love
coming in
it.
the dark too, eh, bud?
Yeah.
oh yeah. That car
Love the dark
glows.
numbers.
I love that I love that you've got a type of vehicle as well that we don't typically see in pure stock, fun stock, bone stock competition. It's the same. Like, listen, Graydon, we've gone how many places and we've seen a bajillion Cobalts and Sunfires. It gets boring after a while because it's the same model of car. I was like, can we get a couple more Rumble cars out there? But is there something that Jeff Rumble wants to see on the racetrack, racing in that division that we haven't seen? Put anything out the window, but everything out the window. I've suggested, Graydon and Bun and I have suggested that there needs to be vans and trucks in some sort of a bone stock division. So I'm just putting it out there. I want to see an old Astro van. Let's go. Astro van number 42, Jeff Rumble.
I,
No.
I don't know what kind of car I'd want. Maybe a Dodge Daytona or something.
Yeah.
A Dodge Daytona. Like one of
Yeah.
those.
Yep.
Or even a K car, because a K car, you can't kill them.
Oh,
They will
dude,
not
that'd be
die.
friggin' awesome. Look the same going forward and
You could-
backwards.
You could drive that car literally with no coolant or no oil or nothing in it, and it would go.
It'd probably be a pretty friggin' tough bone stock too.
Find one that's not rotten though. That's
Yeah.
the next problem.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, one thing that we really are really excited about is this year is that there's been a lot of really great people that are promoting the racing across on Ontario, not just obviously Stickers and Scuffs, Jomo Media, the Feeney Call, but the people that are doing photos and videos. And it's one thing that we haven't really seen a ton of at Varney. You know, Pedal Power used to do it a couple years ago, and Katie McDonald used to do it a couple years ago as well. But you've got a couple of great people that are out there. And for yourself, I mean, how is it as a racer getting to see that people are taking videos of your races now for people out to enjoy?
I'm loving it because I also I love watching them because I get to learn from I get to watch it and see where my mistakes were, but they also get to see they can watch it over and over again. They can see their favorite driver do his thing over and over again, and that's very important because it also teaches them if they want to get into it, they can watch it and they can say, hey, I can actually do that.
It helps
It's a
me,
great
like,
thing.
yep. I watch you
Yep.
guys on I watch videos of you guys going around to help me before I come there just to, I don't know, just get my head back into it. Cause you got to be comfortable with some like casual contact here and there. And like, it's like you say, it's a Soup Bowl. So like it's close quarters racing, as we say, like Varney's a track like no other. And the racing there is racing like no other track in Ontario for sure.
Oh, I 100% agree. I would not do three wide and turn 3 and 4 in that track, but um, especially on the outside, no, I wouldn't take
No.
that line.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy that track. Like it's really different going fast, and then when you're going slow, like when you warm up laps, and they're double lining you up, and you're going around those corners, you can feel it pulling you towards the outside of that car.
Oh,
It
man,
just wants
yeah.
to pull you out. It's
Yep.
just it's an adrenaline rush before that green flag flies.
I know that's my favorite thing. Like when when they're in our ear and they're telling us to double up and we start picking up the pace and getting side by side and everything. It's such a cool feeling. And then like when you're coming out of 4, taking the green and everybody's on the gas, it's so frigging amazing there. it is a feeling like no other, and I'm glad that I get to experience it, and I get to experience it with you too, because racing with all you guys, it's absolutely made me a better driver faster than I otherwise would have. I mean, it's made me a better driver without a doubt, and that's just my personal thanks here right now while I have you on the show, man, because I absolutely I do thank you guys, and thank you specifically too, because you and I have kind of clicked and talked a lot when I'm there, and it's helped me definitely.
Well, dude, I've already told you, you're gonna get in my car and you're gonna take it out for a run and see what that one's like, because it's different than any other car you've driven. Like Peyton got in it this weekend.
Yeah.
He's like, that car is fast. He's like, and it goes where you want it to go. And I was like, exactly. I've got it set. It's just now getting the power to lay down on the ground. Once I can do that, it's pretty much game over.
Yeah, lights out. Oh man, that's awesome, man. Um, we always do this. You the opportunity. There's so many people that make a race season happen for a driver, and talk about your partners and everybody that helps Rumble race and go around the track every week.
It's mainly my sponsors and my wife and my family. Like and my teammates. Like it's not to me when I go racing, it's not just for me. It's more about the fans and about my sponsors. I want to make my sponsors proud, and I want to make my fans proud of how I run. And I want to make all my competitors proud, because I don't like running dirty. I don't like banging and bashing. If I can stay clean, I'm going to stay clean. But there is incidences where you gotta do a little something just every once in a while. But
and there's racing deals and
exactly, like like my work, Hodgins Building Center, Wingham in Port Elgin and Lucknow, they sponsor the car. Matt Irwin, he sponsors my car. I got Buds Russ from Lucknow that sponsors my car. I got Natural Belongings from Wingham. I got Maitland Welding. I got Kennedy Welding. I got C&M Construction. I got Corey McGill Construction. I got a ton of people backing me and backing that car up. And if it wasn't for them this year, I don't think that car would be running the way it is. So I have to thank them. I have to thank my wife for letting me run that car every weekend, because
that's a big thank you right there. You got to count the wife.
She gets a little frustrated with it when I talk about the car a lot, but I want her to be involved with it too, because it's not just my baby, it's hers too. It's an investment. That's what it is. It's a big investment, and it's a lot of time. And I got to thank you, and I got to thank Mr. Cam for having me here tonight. I really appreciate it. I appreciate racing with you, because you are a clean racer. You were catching me there the last time.
I'm getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. But I'm sorry about Gus. I have to bring it up. I am sorry about that incident. Me and Donna were running pretty hard, and there was stuff on the track, and it was getting pretty slick. And I felt really bad when that car came back into the pits and I seen what it looked like. I don't think I touched her. I seen the videos of it. It doesn't look like I did, but I may have just ever so slightly kissed her. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I got black flagged. It is what it is. I just move on.
Yeah, that's all you can really do in those situations, bud. And that's like we talked about on the phone. It's just it's one of those like it was for the lead too. I mean, like it was a hype moment, and like Donna was wheeling, no two ways about it. She was wheeling that thing, and it just ended up at the end of the day one of those racing deals, and it's a shame. It is what it is, though, and as we say, we move on, right? And I know that Black Magic Racing has another bullet in the gun there pretty soon, and it was almost back out there this weekend, but we'll have another car back out there again soon, I'm pretty sure. And hey, man, that's all class of you to bring it up, and we didn't ask about it, man, and that takes guts, and we appreciate. Just that's all class, bud.
Well, I have a lot of respect for Tim and Donna too, right? Like
Yep.
they're a great bunch of people. Like I
Sure,
go to
yeah.
Tim for a lot of advice.
Yeah.
And I call Donna mom. I think everybody pretty much calls her mom.
Definitely. Yeah, they're kind of, I feel like they're kind of like my racing mom and dad. Like they definitely, like, they take care of me. Like I stay
Yeah.
like in my room at the trailer. Yeah, so it's that just further speaks to the family atmosphere of Varney, and how we got to know each other, bud. So it's cool that we got to do this for sure.
Oh yeah. We got to run more together though. That's the problem. You got to get a car.
We're gonna we got to tiptoe around that one. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, we'll definitely do her again for sure, buddy.
Oh yeah.
We definitely want to thank Jeff Rumble for being an S&S racer this year, representing the podcast out of the racetrack at Full Throttle. Did the second time I did that. Full Throttle Motor Speedway. Where are we going to see Jeff Rumble for the remainder of the season? Are we going to see you at any of the playoff races, ACC, Frostfest, or are we just going to wrap it up at Varney this year?
I'm still planning on going down to Autumn of Colors down in Peterborough. I went to Frosttoberfest last year, so I'm going to go to that one this year.
Cool.
Because I had to put it on hold last year because my dad got really sick.
Yeah.
So I put it off, and then I just said I'm going this year. So I'm going to drag my mom and my wife and my kids down for that weekend. I told them,
beautiful,
be prepared because it's going to be a long weekend.
That is Jeff Rumble here on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast.